And I welcome you today to CSC Talk Radio. It is my honor, my privilege, and my pleasure to be here with you today. It is Free for All Friday. Let's cut to the chase and get straight to the show. It's Free for All Friday, and this you must know. Your voice will be heard across the heart of this land. Your opinion is important, and I think you're just grand. It's Free for All Friday. Your calls are all welcome. We'll talk about almost anything. We deny very seldom. So get your coffee ready. It's the brew that is true. Let's get on with the show. This day is for you. It is Free for All Friday. Your calls are welcome at 877-895-5410. That's 877-895-5410. Whoopee! Or is that, oh, whoopee? Perhaps by now you realize that the left's hate runs so deep, they literally cannot reason or see straight. Whoopi Goldberg, the host of the infamous hate show The View, and who I now have absolutely no respect for, went off on a tangent, a fit, a 2-year-old meltdown with a guest, on her show, an invited guest. Whoopi spewed her hate for the president, saying she'd never, ever in her life seen such hate generated by anyone. Judge Janine was promoting her new book, Liars, Leakers, and Liberals, says she might have been in the wrong place, attempted to answer a question that had been asked earlier in the segment. But Whoopi would have none of it. She said, "I didn't ask you a question," and she screamed it. And Whoopi went nuts and said they were done and Judge Janine was to leave. But it didn't end there. Judge Janine saw Whoopi backstage. It was a commercial break. And attempted to talk to Whoopi and said, "I thought we could at least discuss things." And Whoopi screamed in the judge's face, pointing her finger, and told her to get the F word out over and over and over again, even as the judge was walking out the door. Now there's your liberal loving tolerance in full display. They can't reason. They can't see straight because they hate. If Whoopi hasn't seen such hate, perhaps Whoopi hasn't looked in a mirror for a long time or ever watched any of her own show, The View. The left. It's a panel of women giving one opinion, basically, and full of hate for others. It is beyond me why anybody watches that show. And the old soap operas were cleaner and less violent than The View. These women are wealthy, catty, ignorant, and spiteful. They are the nasty women, and they prove their absence of grace every single show. They love the sin they live in and hate you for disagreeing with them on any topic, whether it be great or small. And the left are bullies. I wrote an article about that about 2 years ago, I think. How do you handle a bully? Well, there's one of two ways to handle a bully. First, you walk away, don't acknowledge them, don't give them any credence. I believe we conservatives need to do a little more of that, but I also believe we've been silent way too long. Second, call their bluff. Bullies are pushing you around because you're scared of them. With the left, they run on lies, and it is that simple. They lie and they try to guilt you into believing that you are unkind, intolerant, as they kick a guest off the set, and you're always a racist or a bigot. And I guess I'm growing to be that way, a bigot against liars, and Scripture says all liars lose their lives. Thirdly, you literally have to deck them. I know, I said there was only two ways. We usually hold that one out for the last resort. I used to tell my kiddos to always put yourself in the other person's shoes or the situation. But in the case of the liberals and the liars these days, I've tried. And they have no place. The NFL players are protesting, and they don't even know what they are protesting. I believe that they are now protesting the fact that nobody likes them protesting. There is no purpose, nothing to be gained. These same people believe President Trump disgraced the nation by misspeaking with President Putin, or by speaking in private. But they do not disgrace the nation, and all are fallen of every color with their idiot, televised, free to them, take a knee protest. Do they realize that taking a knee was a sign of bowing in honor to a king? maybe they should rethink their protest. I had this little article that I got earlier maybe been last week. I've been hanging on to it. It says, and I've seen these before, you can't fix stupid, and it has all kinds of things listed on it. It says, I guess when your schooling is free, you don't feel the need to learn anything, and just because they went to college doesn't mean they were educated in anything but football. So here's just another example of why you can't fix stupid. In a recent polling of 585 NFL players, nearly all of them were unsure of exactly what they are protesting. There's an example of responses to the question below here, and I'm going to read those to you. What are you protesting by kneeling during the national anthem? Number 1, pretty sure it's against Nazis, especially white ones. Number 2, we're protesting America becoming capitalistic instead of equal. Well, they've been listening to Elizabeth Warren, haven't they? Number 3, I'm protesting against Trump saying black lives don't matter. Number 4, we're against global warming and the police. I love that one. Number 5, we're showing the world we are about things such as freedom and from suppression. Number 6, me and my fellow players are protesting the Constitution of Independence because of what it does to people of color. Number 7, that shows me he hasn't ever read the Constitution. Number 7, we are displaying our right to stand up by kneeling for our beliefs. At least that was kind of deep. Well, I mean, if you stop and think about it. And number 9, myself is kneeling to show that just because I'm an American don't mean I have to act like one. All the above comments, it says, are from the National Football League players with 4 years of American college education and an average player salary of $1.9 million per year. Yeah, they're suppressed. I love it. The left cannot deal with life. They cannot deal with losing. They cannot deal with anything. Thus, their need for crying rooms and safe spaces and I guess taking a knee. The parents of the left failed in so many ways. Your job is to prepare your sons and your daughters for life. And life just ain't always fair. Your job is to teach your sons and daughters respect, to be responsible for their actions, not erase a life because you couldn't control your urges. Deplorables, you need to step up, and step up quickly. The time for our tolerance is over. We cannot and must not any longer tolerate the left's socialism and their lies. We can no longer allow them to steal the freedoms and liberties of our children, our grandchildren, and the future generations of this nation. The left have won in the past because we have done nothing to stop them. The time has ended, and Americans' republic is finished if we don't do something. As the great parliamentarian Edmund Burke said, the only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. The left are evil people. So who do we blame? Deplorables are freedom-loving people who want only to be left alone, but we can no longer ignore the evil. It is literally at our doorsteps and asking for our children. It is now essential that all deplorables step up to the plate. We can accept nothing short of a home run. It is time to restore the Republic for the sake of our children and to honor our fallen and our founding fathers. It is free for all Friday. Your calls are welcome. We'll talk about almost anything you want to talk about at 877-895-5410. That's 877-895-5410. And we will be right back.